luck. Travel safe.
Season of Amazing. The 37th season of Amazing Race sets off tomorrow night, but for the first time, there will be 14 teams.
And look at those sights in the cities.
Beautiful.
Loving that. Joining us now, Phil Kogan, host of The Amazing Race. Good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you. How is everything in Chicago?
Oh, you know,
Soggy. It's very soggy today. Not a good day to be participating in anything like, the Amazing Race, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a rainy start, but we can handle it here. All right, so this is called the Season of Surprises. So is it safe to say we're going to have some twists this year?
It's safe to say that you're always going to get surprises on The Amazing Race, as you know, because our show is about surprises. I mean, every time they rip an envelope, there's always a surprise on Amazing Race. What we did, though, is we put one big surprise, one sort of jaw-dropping surprise into every single episode. And yes, some of those surprises are twists as far as new elements, things that we've never done before, including a twist, I guess you could call it, that we call the fork in the road, where teams literally get to a point where they have to decide whether they're going to go one way or the other. We have 14 teams this season, which we've never had before. 7 teams will be going in one direction at the fork in the road and 7 in the other. And then we'll have these 2 parallel races all the way to the finish line. And then 2 teams from those 2 separate races are going to be eliminated, one from each of those parallel races. And so we'll be going from 14 teams down to 12 teams in the very first episode.
Oh, the very first. I understand you also have a father-daughter team from Chicago on the show this season, right?
Yes, Ernest and Bridget, and shout out to all the Chicago firefighters. I spent some time with the Chicago firefighters a couple of years ago. Huge respect, especially on the cold days you're talking about, when they got to go out and go out into the world and work when other people are maybe nicely cuddled up with a nice fire.
Right.
But yes, Ernest is a firefighter and really lovely guy. He's out with his daughter, who he calls Bubblegum. And I think this is a chance for them to just spend time alone together, and maybe for him to see that Bridget's a young woman now, and as much as she is his little girl, in his mind, she's also a woman, and she wants to be seen as an equal, and she wants to race as an equal with him around the world. And I've always loved that parent-child relationship, and in this particular case, I think people in Chicago will be very proud to see the way that they race and the manner in which they race, and the connection between the two of them. A lot of love.
Oh, so fun. It's always cool to see the dynamics, too, of the teams. Phil Kogan, host of The Amazing Race. Thanks for chatting with us again ahead of the season.
Yeah, and stay warm.
You too. I love the fire.